What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Jake from thehouse.com, and today we're going to be discussing a little bit about the different types of PFDs there are out there so you guys can stay safe this summer and stay out of trouble with the water patrol. So we'll hop right into it. The first type that we'll talk about is a type 2. So the type 2 PFD is those orange jackets that you'll see with the neck support. Now what those are mainly used for is near shore or kids or adults that have a stockpile of those jackets that are Coast Guard approved that you can have for that body count if someone was to pull you over. Now the type 3 is the most common vest or jacket that you'll see, and these are all Coast Guard approved. It's a jacket that looks sort of like this. So this type of jacket is one that you'll want to keep in your boat. These are for the wakeboarding, water skiing, tubing, all the kinds of fun recreational sports out there that still have the full weight support and the Coast Guard approval. So we'll talk a little bit about the different kinds of entries that you'll see. Most of the time, for specifically the nylon vests like this, you'll see only buckles. There'll be 3 or 4, sometimes 1 or 2, but those are the main entries that you'll see on this type of jacket. Now the downside to nylon, it doesn't dry out very fast. So that's why sometimes people will get the neoprene, which we'll get into in a second. But with this nylon vest, like I said, it does have the Coast Guard approval, so this is the type of life jacket that you want to keep stocked in your boat for everybody that's on there. So the reason why some people pick the neoprene style jacket over the nylon is the comfortability. It's a very comfortable fit, and they dry out really fast. So nobody likes when your friend gets out of the water, hands you a life jacket, and you have to put on a cold life jacket. It's just one of the worst feelings in the world. So the reason why some people get these neoprene style ones is because it dries out faster. These are a little bit more expensive compared to the nylon jackets, but they are still Coast Guard approved and a lot more comfortable. So some of the different entry styles that you'll see in this type of life jacket is a lot of the zippers. Sometimes they'll have the buckles, combination of both, and I have seen a couple side entry Coast Guard approved type 3 life jackets as well. So one thing that I want to discuss before we move on is sizing. So when you throw on one of these puppies, you're going to want to make sure it's nice and snug, zipped up, buckled in tight, and you can have someone try this out for you. You can do it yourself. To make sure it's a good fit for you, you want to grab the top, and if it doesn't come above your ears, you'll be good. Because if you have a life jacket that's too big for you and it comes up past your ears, this is the water level. You're going to be eating water, and that's not something that you want to be doing when you've fallen out of the water or if you've been knocked unconscious. So you want to make sure the straps stay below your ears for a good fit. The next type of PFD that we'll talk about is the throwable. So this is not a jacket, obviously. This is a throwable or type 4 PFD. These are something that you want in your boat at all times. You probably want multiple in there. The different laws differ in different states, but I know in our boat we have at least 3 in there. So these are something that you can throw to someone in case of an emergency, or they do make nice little boat cushions as well. So this is a type 4 PFD. Lastly, we're going to talk about the type 5, which is the comp vest. So these are not Coast Guard approved. So you're going to want an extra Coast Guard approved jacket or a type 3 in addition to this. These do not count. So if you were to get pulled over, they wouldn't count for that body count. When you have other Coast Guard approved life jackets, then you're in a good situation. So, but these are really, really nice for these recreational sports. I know I have a couple of these, and they're really awesome for wakeboarding or wake surfing. When you're behind the boat, you have a lot more maneuverability. So that's the huge benefit to these types of jackets. With these, I see a lot of the pullovers or cardigans. I've seen a couple side entries and a lot of zipper ones as well. So you can see how tight and snug this is. You have a lot of mobility, and it's easier to get those tricks and perfect for what we like to do on the water. But these are called the comp vests or the type 5 personal flotation devices. They use them a lot in competitions, so if you have someone watching over you at all times, this is something that would be okay to ride with. But if you're relying on something to keep you safe and you don't really know your limits, this is not something that you should get. You should get the Type 3 Coast Guard approved life jacket that has the full weight support. This thing you will be sinking in the water and it won't be able to get you up out of the water if you do happen to fall unconscious or you're injured. So this is not something to rely on for safety, but it is awesome to ride in when you are trying those tricks and you want to get that mobility. So yeah, this is the comp vest, and thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys learned a little bit more, so you have a little bit more knowledge so you can stay safe this summer, stay out of trouble with the water patrol. And if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments below. We'll try to do our best to answer them. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the water. Take it easy. Peace.